Welcome back to second match of the Revolution World Championship. Playing against Kilgaris, who's on mono red. I believe they have the highest seed, which does mean that they will be on the play, which is a bit unfortunate. I don't mind this matchup too much, but it can definitely go wrong pretty fast. Cards like we'll need to be careful. Because they do have a lot of explosive power that if it's not checked, then it becomes pretty bad. This hand seems pretty good. Two lands, Elhanton 2, Shadow Enter is nice, Glana is good. Obviously putting back Glana, not the land, have two of them. Poisoner. Poisoner is a good draw. Slate Awkward needing to fetch. Not too unlikely that the Poisoner just dies here, because they do have, I believe, 8 shocks in the deck. This takes the turn back, which means they probably don't have a shock or Fortress Flame in hand. Let's see, so Duelist is fine. Just slamming Alejandro here, mainly for the stat line. Anything else? Blocking the Duelist does seem pretty important. Getting Alejandro triggering is also nice. See what my opponent has turn 3 here. Would prefer not to see like a military or anything like that. Because I don't really have an answer to it. I think most other things I'm like okay with. I'm kind of putting them on no shock because they didn't shock the Poisoner, or like even kind of think about it. A Radiant, sure. Discards Fencing Master, makes a treasure, decides not to put a count on the Duelist, which means that this is a pretty obvious shock. Not much else to think about here. I'm not quite sure why they're doing it like this. This seems like a pretty bad way to go about it, actually. But I guess I'm not too unhappy with it. We'll probably need to hit a land here. New Divide's good. Let's see. So I'm playing Glana here, I think always. And I guess I'm killing the Duelist? Is that right? I guess so, yeah. I think the Duelist is scarier than the Radiant. Bit better on defense, bit harder to block. Getting extra rat here is nice for my two espionages, just as having another threat. And I did not indulge this turn. I guess I could have offered the trade here. No. I guess I'm fine. Because if they have a Vanguard Assault, I think I do want to trade. Don't want to be going down too low in this matchup, I think. Vanguard. So they have hit their land drop so far this turn. Oh, so far this game. This could be a new divide. It's a new divide that's not great. Does that mean that the Vanguard doesn't stick around, so I would want to block here? If it's anything that's not a new divide, I think I'm okay with this. Obviously blocking the Irradiant with the Poisoner doesn't do much. Glana still dies, so I'm just kind of offering trade, which I don't really want to do with Espionage. Yeah, it's literally just new divide. Yeah, I guess this is... I think I'm willing to just take it. I guess blocking the Radiant would also trigger Revolt. But yeah, they do have the new divide, which is unfortunate, but not unexpected. Contested Passage is interesting. Because, okay, so the deck is mostly creatures. So the sequencing I could do is Espionage, attack with the rat, sack the rat, and then Shattered Entity, and then needing the passage to enter play untapped. The other sequence I could do is Shattered Entity first. I don't love having to make this decision. I think I just want to go. I guess I can just double Shadow Entity if they have two threats, right? That I need to deal with. Yeah, so playing Espionage here is not super necessary. I do kind of want to leave the option for Reform Purpose open. I don't think that's important enough to make riskier plays, because 3 life here is a lot. I'm naming creature here. That's a nice hit. So with that in mind, I guess I am swing with a rat, contested passaging, espionage, and then probably trading the poisoner with the vanguard. Is that right? I guess I could just take 7, huh? That's like really risky. I think I do want to hold the poisoner back at least. Um, The Espionage putting me out of poison out of range is shock or radiant. Yeah, radiant means that I'm probably oh, they just okay. Oh. So I guess if I'm blocking here, I'm blocking wait, I'm blocking a radiant. I think I just kind of have to take 7 here, which isn't great. And then I have, yeah, all these have trample, so the fencing master makes this pretty annoying. Poisoner is some amount of life gain. How much is the shadow identity casting for? What? Which isn't really enough. Oh, I guess it's a 5/5, which would make it enough. So I would trade with the fencing master, but then the fencing master can give +1. I think I just kind of need to take this here at 5, and the Vanguard dies. I guess I just take it. And then Vanguard dies. I would very much like to get an answer to this fencing master here. Minion. So am I dead next turn? And if so, to what? So the rats don't matter here. The minion puts me up to 6. I will have 7 power of toughness, which I don't think is enough. 7 with the fencing master getting a radiant trample. Oh, yeah, double strike +1/+1. So this is 13 points of trample. So what I need to do here is swing with the rats and find specifically Fatal Flaw. Is that right? I guess Mercult maybe does it. Yeah, Mercult probably does it, but not against every draw. Fatal Flaw, I think, puts me exactly alive, maybe. Raise Rampage. Maybe that does it? I mean, I guess I'll play out my cards. And hope that this is enough. I don't think it is, but... Oh, oh wait, the rats don't trigger the poisoner. Is this? What, this is, 9/12? And this is 12/15, 16? I think this is exactly lethal, actually. Because if they go, this is 12 points of trample with the double strike. Then 15, and I have 12, but 15 and then 16. So doesn't quite get there. Would have needed something else here. 12, 9, 3, yeah. Bit unfortunate, but does happen. Did have this chat entity to hit the Hellion Devastator. Hold on. Might be getting my card pools mixed up here. Hellion, Fury Hellion. So opponent, I don't know what their sideboard plan is. They have like Brazes and Engines of War, which maybe come in here. I don't know. I don't think it matters too much as to what I'm doing. So Quiet Ambush seems good. It kills a Radiant, basically all the creatures they played in that game. I don't think I want Strength and Suffering here. I think it's just a bit on the slow side. Fatal Flaw I think is worth its wood and gold. I'll think about Shadow Identity. Seems okay for the moment. Willow and Romantic is probably a not terribly good here. They only have 2 creatures with power with mana value 2 or less, or 2 playsets. Granted, none of them are like bad to do it, but bad to steal. But let's see. Ellie Hannah, I think can go down on. I need one more cunt, which is maybe I don't know. I think seems kind of good. I think I do want Glana. I think I do just want all removal here. I guess maybe I side out Alihana, a second copy, because with the Trial Ambushes, I should have enough answers to Duelist, and I am on the play. Obnixilis seems bad here. Smash and Sizzling, so it's nothing Shadow Identity. I think this seems right. Though I think Shadow Identity is probably the sketchiest thing. Yeah, I think I prefer played Alihana to second Strength and Suffering. Well then, I mean, this is a hand. I don't even mind this. Like, Mercult is a very good card, and I do have turn 2 Alihana, and they don't have a answer for it. Which means that Mercult will probably do good amount of work here. Since if Mercult does get to the +2/+2, it's not very easy for them to deal with. And this isn't good, like a great hand, but it's like, as far as like 5-landers go, this is like pretty good. I think I'll keep this. It's like maybe marginal though. I think I'm leading with caves. Data Flaw is not a bad draw. Gives me something to do turn 3. Large one fields. Swing with Alihana. Oh, they also had Embrace. Interesting. I think I can save the new divide for Poisoner. That is not great. Dawn Altar is, I guess, better than other lands. Tap new divide pass. Minion. Yeah, I mean, I'm always swinging with Mercult here. Huh. Yeah, I guess that does it. Does make me pretty happy with this altar draw. And now it seems like it should be a even-ish game. If they don't have anything, they don't even have a land, which I guess maybe they are holding it back. Now the caves. What am I doing with this espionage? Am I cashing in this espionage? I don't. Cashing in this minion? I don't think so. Because they do have the palace, so putting them down in cards doesn't seem super useful. Just make sure they don't have any random things with flash. It doesn't look like it. They just have another removal spell. I guess I'm playing this Caves untapped. It doesn't really matter as to what land I play here. Let's come back. See if they decide to Rogue's Palace. They do not. Another military. Okay. Do have a fatal flaw, so at least it's not as scary. One is a good draw. So I'm playing New Divide tapped here. Caps lock, not being my friend there. Pass them back. This looks like a Hellion. And what are they doing with it? Yeah, they are killing Glana with the ETB. And I guess I'm always fatal flying. Another Glana is good. That means I'm definitely not sacking the imp, I don't think. Is it? And I guess it just straight up doesn't matter which side the tunnel the imp's on. Pretty sure they doesn't matter because they can't block and no creature my opponent have reach. I have not played a land yet. I guess there's not really any point in holding on to this swamp because I don't think my opponent will play any differently. So let's just play it out because it does let me activate the mines. Okay. Yeah, that's not how military works. And I think I'm activating mines. I think at 13 I feel like okay. Because I mean, Fear Call Hellion will kill me regardless because it's 16. I don't think poisoner tokens really matter here. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. The poisoner tokens don't matter because I get the treasure anyways. And the thinning is nice, so I think it's all upside. The swamp is not good. Don't have a reason. Yeah, don't have a reason to play this. Okay, they get a redraw off the palace. Doesn't seem like it was anything though. Raise rampage. Okay. No, we're actually doing stuff. I think that's lethal, right? Is it? Yeah. Because I can get back Alihana and then rampage for haste, and that's 8 damage. And that was a close one. Okay. Don't want to take away anything from that game. I think everything seemed about as expected. I mean, Mailtay is obviously scary. But I'd hope that I'd be able to get down a bit quicker under it. Opponent did bring in Braze, which is maybe something to consider. Uh, Braze, but at the same time, Braze doesn't really make me want to bring in Shadow Identity that much more. And that's really the only thing that I think it matters for. Yeah, because that means that they started out creatures. I guess maybe they started out shocks. I guess I don't know how many they have in. I didn't see any engines of war either. I don't think that matters for my sideboarding either, so. I mean, this is almost good, but one land makes it less good. This is pretty good. What am I bottoming here? I guess minion? Yeah, I guess I bottom minion here. Don't think I want to bottom a land. No, Fencing Master is good. See if they have a shock here for my Poisoner. I think I'm always going Poisoner here. I guess I could go Minion, but I do kind of want to go. Yeah, I guess I'll play Minion. They don't even think about killing it, so I guess the awkward thing about this is that Espionage doesn't make Poison a good block to Duelist. Another Poisoner is interesting. Um, suppose I do will technically have a double block in the Duelist, but I don't think I'll go for that. They just gets blown out so easily, and the Espionage is of course pretty valuable here. Or the Poisoners are valuable with Espionage rather. Okay, just go straight for Vanguard. I think I'm trading a Poisoner for Vanguard here, because the Duelist does make the treasure untapped, and I can't really double block the. Actually, because I could actually go double block Poison on Minion on the Duelist, which is maybe interesting. While also blocking the Poisoner on the Vanguard, which does clear the board pretty nicely. It means they can't Hellion next turn. I don't think I can afford to take 6 here. I think that puts too much pressure on my life total. So, I mean, I am kind of racing, but also kind of not, because I need to sack to Espionage to trigger it. I think I'll go for it. I don't think it's a good situation regardless. I mean, maybe there's an argument that Espionage makes my blocks better, but which is like kind of true, kind of not. Okay, they decide to kill a minion, which makes me a lot happier about this. Contested passage, which means I'm going passage pre-attacks to get an extra rat. And I guess I'm fetching a mountain here. Doesn't really matter. I guess I'll fetch a swamp. Grass gone, which is alright. This is pretty good actually, because they probably don't. They seem to not have a ferocious flame because they didn't kill the minion turn one. And they clearly value minion at least like somewhat highly with a Waker. Oh, that's fine. They seem to value minion at least somewhat highly because they didn't. They killed it over the poisoner. Raise Rampage. Ooh, now that's a good draw. What the hell do I do with this Raise Rampage? I mean, I could get backed up a Poisoner. Does that give me lethal next turn? No, it doesn't, because the Rat doesn't trigger it. Just get back Minion and Poisoner. So if I'm getting back Minion and Poisoner, then I guess I do this post-attack so they don't get to see what I'm doing before they discard. I think I am always sacking Espionage here, I think. Seems worthwhile, at least. Is there anything else I can do? I can go raise both Poisoners Rampage, actually, and that swing for 12. And I can. Yeah, that seems better. Oh, wait, what am I talking about? Raise both Poisoners Rampage. Don't have the mana for that. I guess I'm just going minion. Actually, is it even worth going for Espionage trigger here? God, this Wake of Stumbling types is so bad. So it doesn't really matter. Minion. I think I just go Minion, Poisoner, Scorn, and no sack. And sack? Hold on. No, I think I sack. There you go. Yeah, I think I'm sacking here, because I'll actually be empty-handed, and getting them dead glowing cards is nice. A Fatal Flaw is a good draw. But I feel pretty comfortable here, especially with that Fatal Flaw draw. So I think, so maybe not sacking might have been the safer choice. Though I'm still representing lethal here with this con activation. Vanguard, okay. So Waker gets bricked by the Poisoner. I guess I just take this, right? Because I just have lethal. Because this is 9, and then Fatal Flaw is 10, and Scon also. I guess you can block with Scon. And nothing else. Just make sure that there's nothing weird about this. Combat damage stuff can be occasionally very weird. If I just pass back, sign tap, draw, another swamps, whatever, but should have lethal here, with the Fatal Flaw on the Waker. And I think that's lethal even through a direct damage spell because of Scon. I think the Vanguard might have been supposed to die last turn, but I get out of there alive. Yeah, that man, raise Rampage, going a bit of a rampage, I guess. I guess raise more than rampage. I assume, I guess the last card was by Hellion, right? Oh no, it was just, maybe it just didn't have anything. So yeah, was it hand like mediocre or something? I mean, double duelist. And the hand seemed fine. Like this was just kind of what a deck was supposed to do, but like Poisoner having good stat line makes this attack kind of bad. like not as good as it should have been. Though admittedly, if I don't draw Raise Rampage here, I get pretty the game kind of becomes a bit prolonged with I guess the Rogue's Palace gets discarded here, but yeah, I'm not quite sure why they like. I'm kind of low on Wake of Slumbering Titans in the deck just to begin with, but I'm also not quite sure why they left it in here. It doesn't seem like a very good card here. Like I guess it gives Hellion haste, which is like nice, but I feel like this is a bit more of a 1-for-1 matchup, especially if they're siding in Brazes. And the card I think it's like supposed to combo with Vanguard Assaults. Might have been what they started out for the Brazes, if I'm guessing, because I mean I guess Shark maybe, but they only have 2 copies of Shark main. And I mean Vanguard Assault it also isn't like spectacular in this matchup, because I think it is a bit more of a 1-for-1 matchup. Huh. In this game, I don't think I could have played very differently, if I remember correctly. I just kind of got there, and then they drew Hilly on the last turn. So yeah, this game was very close. Like I did need to draw that Raise Rampage there, to get the victory. Because the Hellion would kill me through anything else. But I guess Fatal Flaw would have also done it there. But yeah, very close game 2. Play on the back of this is like I mentioned at the time, but this is a bit of sketchy keep. Like I do draw what two lands around that minion, and a third land. Yeah, I mean, granted, I didn't know that they started in Braze, which does make it sound a lot worse. And then they had a double Ferocious Flame for Mercult. I think if knowing that they did start in Braze, probably had a spec for Mercult, if anything. This is definitely more of a mulligan, just because they do actually have an answer for Alihan on turn 2, and Mercult is and that makes Mercult a lot worse, and also like Mercult comes down, then it's also just Brazeable, or Braze in combination with a Duelist or something. And then they hit the military at the top, and the Fury Collar comes down, same turn as Glana. That would have been worse for them to, for me if they do a spell here, because anything they draw, besides I guess Duelist, clears the Glana with the military triggers. Like, I guess not quite because the Fatal Flaw, but the Hellion is pretty scary. But do go into I guess I can look at game 1. Game 1, we both got. I went to 6 in game 1, right? Yeah. Game 1 is fell a bit behind. There's this turn with Vanguard and New Divide that I kind of lost the gamble on. Not that trading Poisoner with Vanguard is that much better, and I probably lose to. So like with what actually happened, end up untapping here, and these 2 cards have traded. So we've been at 14, but would be down a rat, down 2 rats, down 1 rat, down 1 rat. So I end up here, I think, with what, 4 more life? 6 more life? 6 more life down a rat, which is still losing. Yeah, they just have no blockers here. I'm still dead in the same spot even. Yeah, so that choice didn't end up mattering. And of course, they don't have the New Divide here. It's here. Oh yeah, they made the kind of weird play here, where they made a treasure instead of just putting the count on the Duelist, which is kind of a bizarre line. They just put the count on Duelist, it just steals the same thing as making the treasure, because I'm always blocking here. Like, not blocking here is kind of insane, really. So even with that kind of, like, that's like a pretty... I guess maybe it does like just force me to trade the Alihanna for the first flame, but like otherwise I'm just like taking 3 other duelists means they can Hellion next turn. So it puts me in all bad spots instead of like an okay spot where they do get to trade the flame for Alihanna. Though I mean like poison is not even poison might be better than Alihanna here. I mean, Alihanna does take the damage on face. The poison having death touch means that does trade. I would make the choice here to Glana the Duelist instead of the Radiant, which, I don't know. Maybe killing a Radiant was better there. I mean, it does kind of bite me a little bit down the line. If they don't have a New Divide here, I think I'm in a pretty darn good spot. Because just have a Radiant versus Poison, I'm starting to get my Espionages down. Yeah, I'd be in a pretty excellent spot if the Vanguard died here. I'm not sure if that Yeah, but regardless, did end up winning the game with what happened. So, next match is either this Monogreen Stompy, Monogreen Stats, I don't know, which was the deck I played last GP, which is definitely kind of scary. Bit draw dependent in general. Because the difference between like a good cultivated draw and a bad cult and like other types of draws is like pretty massive. And I don't really have that much for it specifically. Just kind of like maybe I don't have anything for it, huh? I mean, I think I just kind of have to hope that I draw decently well. I mean, Poison is good in the matchup. Death Touch, Scorn is a card they need to bring in sideboard cards to beat it all. Well, I guess Roland Romantic's really good in the matchup. Glana's pretty darn good too. So I think if my main board configuration works versus it, I should be okay. And then the other deck is Mono Black Storm, which probably will end up winning. Did beat it last GP in Swiss, but not in the finals. And Mono Black Storm, I think I'm okay against. I think I have the tools to deal with it. I mean, I have a lot of sideboard options for it. Shadow Dante, Nixilis, Twilight Ambush is good versus them, kills the poison and the minion and whatnot. Smash the Smitherweens is obviously good, Crangrab ban. So I'm basically bringing my entire sideboard. And like my main deck isn't even that fully poised for it. Like Lana probably is like at least okay. I mean, it's also speed removal, but still okay. Don't have any answers to Artifacts game one, which is not great, but I think my sideboard should make up for it. And winning game one just off of a good draw, fatal flaws on the demons and whatnot is definitely possible too. So should have at least solid chances in my next round. And worst case scenario, going to losers is of course another match for me to play. So thanks for listening.